So who is that guy behind those Foster grants, huh? Before I get started, though, I just want to say, you've heard about him all day. We just saw him speak. This guy's awesome. We are so thankful and so grateful that you decided to join our team. Thank you, Darren. Now, what was I supposed to talk about? Oh, great, K2. All right, I'm just going to own it. We've made you wait. We know that waiting can be the hardest part. I kind of think about that old Carly Simon song. We're making you wait, we're keeping you waiting, right? No Carly Simon fans? Really? Okay. It has been a long ordeal, and we understand that, and we're sorry for making you wait. We hope we have some good news for you today. But let's talk about the one question on Facebook Yellow Pride that really struck a chord. I won't mention who it was. They said, why is it taking so long? Well, I'm going to spend just a couple of minutes telling you why it took so long. So 2015, you may remember I stood up here on stage and I showed you some really cool things and it was looking great and we were so excited and we were going to roll it out in 2016. And 2016 came and we started to roll it out and it didn't quite go the way we had hoped. And last year, Pat mentioned it this morning, it was not a real fun story that we had to tell because we had to take a step backwards and start working on what we called a re-engineering project. Now, I'm going to show you some features of K2 while I'm talking about this, mostly just so you don't have to look at me. But I want to tell you a little bit about what that re-engineering project was all about. So we rolled out K2 in our alpha property. We put it out there, started using it, and we started seeing some problems. So we'd see a problem over here, and we'd fix it, and boy, it created this other problem over there. We'd see a problem with taxes. We'd fix that, and all of a sudden, discounts stopped working. So we'd fix that problem, and then all of a sudden, the reservation stopped working. And we couldn't really figure out what was going on. We were scratching our heads. Some of us might have scratched a little too hard. But when we dug into it, what we really found was there were some basic rules of software development that had kind of been broken. In our haste to get the product out, we cut a few corners. And when we saw that and realized what it was, we had to ask a very difficult question. Can we build a successful product on this software platform? And the answer, unfortunately, was no. Because we had spaghetti, and what we wanted was ravioli. Now, how many of you have eaten spaghetti? Liars, I know you've all eaten spaghetti. So you start twirling on one side of your plate, what happens? The meatballs on the other side start bouncing around, right? You can't really tell why. That's a great thing with pasta, not such a great thing with software. So what we want in software is ravioli. Ravioli are those nice little pockets of pasta goodness that we all love. And the best part about ravioli is it doesn't care about the rest of the ravioli. You can add more ravioli, ravioli doesn't care. You can replace ravioli, ravioli doesn't care. It just keeps on being ravioli. And that's really what our team did for the last year. They took the software apart, pulled out all of the spaghetti, and replaced it with ravioli. Now, there are a couple of things I'd like to show you. Actually, everything you just saw was made possible because of ravioli. So we're excited. A couple of things I do want to draw your attention to. Our group reservations, brand new in K2. We're really excited about it. First thing you'll notice, it has its own homepage. You can manage all your groups from a single spot. As I click into a group, the next thing I see is the group reservation page where we have a master account. That'd be our wagon master. We also have site information or stay information. This I'm really excited about. Michael Stewart, who many of you know, is our product owner for K2. And when we started working through this new group concept, he went out to the hotel-motel industry and said, how do you guys do groups? Help us understand that a little bit better. Maybe there's something we can learn from that. And we incorporated the idea of a site block, very much like a room block for a hotel-type convention. And the best part about our site block, there's an expiration date on it. So you can block off those sites, make them available for the group, set an expiration date, and when that expiration date passes, all of the unused inventory will go right back into the general population. Pretty exciting stuff. Back on our reservation page, you notice we have our site block. Those are all of our unclaimed sites. Right below that, we have all of the reserve sites. So again, in that central portal, I can manage everything I need to manage about that group. And this is just the beginning. We have a laundry list of ideas of where we can take this product in the future, and we're very, very excited about it. Next thing I'd like to show you, though, is our long-term reservation portal. Again, dedicated homepage. You can manage all of your long-term reservations in a single spot. The thing I really want to draw your attention to, and it might be hard to see on the screen, but a little button right up there at the top that says meter readings. Yeah, meter readings. I won't dissuade you from clapping, but it gets better. So as I click on that, I go into my meter readings, and I can open up a meter reading for an individual reservation. You see, I can see what the last reading was, I can put in the counts, put in the date, and this is where the magic happens. Once I click Save, I go into that long-term reservation. Automatically, we've added a metered electric charge right into their rates, so the next time the guest comes in, it's already figured, all they have to do is pay it. No, really, you shouldn't applaud for that. So 2017 came around. We did all of that work, and we started our alpha again. Does anybody know who's on first? Third base, thank you. Okay. I used the same joke in the morning. Nobody said, I don't know, so I didn't get to do the third base. And anybody under 30 looked at me like, what are you talking about? Somebody back me up. That's funny stuff. Yeah, thank you. So Nashville, they were our guinea pig in 2016. They were our guinea pig again in 2017. They have been a great partner. Aaron Williamson and his staff have helped us get this product where it is today. We owe him a big debt of thanks. They made it through. We went live sometime in March, and they made it through big weekend, Memorial Day weekend, Country Music Awards, 4th of July, Labor Day, Value Card Appreciation Weekend. I think there was another country music thing in there. And refugees from a big flood in Houston. And they stayed on K2 the entire time. So we were really excited about that. Shortly after that, we brought up our first franchisee. Josh Bell brought on the St. Louis West property. They've been on for about a month now. After that, we've brought on 2 more of our corporate properties, Virginia Beach and Cape Hatteras, both doing very well. They've been on for pushing a month at this point. Josh was so excited with what happened at St. Louis West, he's already brought the second Bell property on. And they've now been live for a couple of weeks, as has the Bear Lake Marina side, the Moldenhauer family. So we thank them for that. The Trailside property is in process. We'll have them up here in the next few weeks. Same thing with Williamsport and Nittany Mountain. They'll be coming live here in a couple of weeks. Didn't want to put anybody at risk by trying to force a date on them. And then last is our Branson KOA. They'll be joining us again by the end of the year. And I want to publicly thank all of these properties. They have worked very hard to make sure K2 is going to be a great product before we inflict it on all of you. So let's give them a big round of applause. So how's it going? Boy, it'd be so easy for me to just say, it's going great, have a good day, and I'm out. But really, let's look at what they say, because that's really what's important. Keith over at our Virginia Beach property gave me this quote, and I absolutely love it. We can now hire people because of their personality, not because they know campsite. That's great. I love that. Josh gave me this one, and I love it as well. Within a couple of days of going live, they had 2 back-to-back sold-out weekends, and after just a couple of days on the system, his team handled it. Josh wasn't even on property. So we take that as a real big win. I got to tell you, as a software developer, this is the stuff that makes you smile, when the users actually are getting use out of the software, and it's making their lives easier. Curtis, we love the booking chart. Some of you have probably seen the booking chart in some of the earlier things over the past couple of years. Come to Expo and see it again. It's just a terrific tool. So here we are. It's 2018 almost. I hate to tell you, we're ready for full system rollout. Let's hope you still feel that way in May. So what does that mean? Well, we are ready to start rolling it out. The beta properties have done a great job helping us test it. We're going to take between now and the end of the year to kind of get our ducks in a row and make sure we have all the training materials that we need. Nicole Geiger, who you all know and love, will be leading up most of that effort. But we'll start rolling people over early in January, and we will get as many people as we possibly can on before next season, but we will work with you. One thing I want to promise you again, you've always heard us say, we don't want to get it out, we just want to get it right. We don't want to put your business at risk by trying to hit a deadline and a number of campgrounds. So we will work with you and make sure it happens at a time that's convenient for you. So I guess you're wondering, how do I get on the list? Anybody want to get on the list? Nicole, quick, write down their names. No. Very simply, we have 4 breakout sessions here at convention. We just had one this morning, so you have 3 more opportunities, 1 this afternoon and 2 tomorrow. Come by. Nicole does a great job. She's going to show you a lot more of the software than I was able to here this afternoon. But come by and see that. We'll talk about how the conversion process will work, what your options are for how to convert, and we'll take care of all that. But most importantly, come by and see us at Expo. We'll have our booth set up as normal. We have a form we're going to want you to fill out that helps us understand what are your critical needs and when is your timing. What's your timing looking like? So come by, make sure you get that form filled out, and shortly after the first of the year, we'll start contacting you with the schedule and how that's all going to work. Okay? So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my good friend and colleague, Mr. Lauren Armour.